everyone, it's Libby from maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, that's WORIMI, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides in the universal energies. Okay, what do I want to have a look in this reading? I want to have a look at what's happening in on the border of Ukraine and Belarus. So a week ago, or just over a week ago, Zelensky issued a warning to Belarus to, if I read it correctly, to dismantle relay equipment in its territory used by Russian forces against Ukraine. And apparently, reading up on it, Belarus was the launch-off point for the Ruskies 4 years ago as they tried to head into Kiev. So pretty much Ukraine has threatened to take military action against Belarus as early as next weekend. So we're sort of talking about nowish if it does not dismantle relay equipment on Belarusian territory. Okay, so where do I want to go with this? Well, it appears that what is he, Lukashenko? What is he, the president or whatever, the leader of Belarus, has taken off. He has left for countries in the East and Southeast Asia. Apparently he's in Beijing at the moment for an extended business trip. Began immediately after 2 days' talks with the Kremlin. Now, I won't say the Putin figure because I don't think Putin is still alive. Now, I do notice that there was a propaganda video put out, and it tells me, as I split the deck, tells me straight up, no, he's not. There was with the Sankar. There was a propaganda video put out of a supposed Putin figure doing an interview saying, oh, the damage to our infrastructure isn't bothering us at all. We know that's absolute BS. It was just a propaganda video. So, okay. On the morning of June the 28th, the Telegram channel Pool of Affairs reported that Lukashenko will visit a number of countries for talks in the Far East. There is no information that's come out about the supposed meeting that he had with the Putin figure. And where do I go with this? Okay, let's just have a look. Now, the Ukraine's chief spy has said that at least 4 Rusky relay stations have been transported to Belarus's regions that are used by the Ruskies to hit, there's this dictator energy. He may have received an offer he can't refuse as well, and restriction. Okay. If I go back to the top of the deck, so those two were on the bottom. If I go back to the top, he might have received some orders that he did not like. Okay. If I go back to the top, you've got the Hermit going into hiding. And the Death card. There's some sort of there's a death that's going to be announced, I suspect. Now, I've gotten that Putin's been gone for a while, whether he's been kept on life support or whatever, I don't know. But I keep seeing an image of morgue drawers being pulled out, 3 morgue drawers, 1 OG and 2 copies or 2 body doubles, and then deciding which one to put on public display when the announcement's made. Okay, yes, I think he's nipped off for his own personal security here, because there's going to be some really big announcement come out about a passing. Okay, with that 4 of Swords. Where do I go with this? Okay, so Lukashenko has taken off for the Far East on an extended business trip. Oh, how convenient. Just as the timeline runs out for Belarus to dismantle the equipment. So tell me about Lukashenko. What's happening with him? What's happening with Lukashenko? Get the feeling he might not survive long. Yeah, he's out of there. He's gone. He's out of he's gone. I think he might have stood up to the Kremlin and said he might have actually stood up for his country people. But he's yeah, see you later. Five of Pentacles there. Challenged by the King of Swords, the double-edged sword, action being taken, but it's a double-edged sword. And he's realized he's on the losing side here. The foundation, the energy is stewing in. See you later, alligator. He's out of there with the Chariot in the past, trying to defend himself. Rounding the reading, this abusive Five of Swords. So we've got 2 5s so far. This abusive power. Oh, I'm using the Smith-Waite Tarot deck. I'm full of a head cold. And by the way, I'm on Hogarth's Global Astrology tomorrow morning with a live. Hopefully I've managed to get this cold under control by then. But the energy over him is this abusive power, but it's also betrayal and leaving. Excuse me. Something's amiss here. The immediate future, the Ace of Pentacles. There might be a big announcement about his health that comes out. And the Tower falling out a window. Yeah, there's something amiss here. You've got the High Priestess, the Secrets card. These cards have come up a lot lately. And there's the Devil, tied himself to the Devil. And now the Devil wants his due. The outcome for him, the King of Cups, King of Pentacles, and a harsh truth. With the Knight of Swords, rash action, Page of Swords, and the Ace of Cups, the emotional overwhelming, getting out of dodge. I think he's done in this. If you want another getting out of dodge, there's what? All 3 of them. The 6 of Swords and the 8 of Cups. The poor choices he made and his actions having consequences with the Justice card and then the 10 of Wands. He chose the losing side and now he's paying the price, and there he is being thrown under the bus. Oh gosh, there's the Sun card on the bottom, which is like totally agreeing with me. He chose the losing side and now he's paying the price, and he's fleeing the country pretty much. Leaving the Belarusians to it. Okay, let's have a look. Because it's a lost cause. Has he gone? I mean, 2 days of meetings and then he's out of there. Has he gone to the Far East, to China, to North Korea, anywhere like that? I think he's seeking protection with that 2 of Cups there. But I don't think he's going to get it. The Death card. Is Lukashenko going to... Okay, tell me, after these meetings took off for the East, is he trying to flee the threat of the Ruskies? The Magician, Downfall, and the Lovers. I think that's a yes. I mean, there's 2 yes cards plus the 10 of Swords. I think he is. Because he made these agreements, some sort of agreement that he made. It's going to be his downfall. And he's played something, manifested something, but you got the poison lilies down the bottom here. Is Lukashenko going to find himself Assaded? Let me put it that way. If you're wondering who Assad is, yeah, I think he is. And the Pentacles ending, Four of Swords, down for the count. Assad was the leader of Syria who went to Russia and then was never seen again. Page of Cups, could be poison. Eight of Swords, the Tower, due to some sort of arrangement and agreement, and you've got the sneaking into camp and stealing off. The lies, might be some lies. Is he going to fall out a window or is he going to be poisoned? Or both? Might find himself in the hospital after being poisoned and then fall out a window. Wow. Okay. Just shows how desperate they're getting and how bad this conflict is going for those that took the Rusky side. Tell me about what's going to happen to now. Zelensky made the threat. It was for this weekend, but they haven't actually taken any action yet. So tell me that I can find. How's it going to go for the Belarusian people? Nightmare situation. They've been left in this absolute ghastly situation where they're leaderless, having to try and find their way out. Nine of Swords, Eight of Pentacles. The challenge is going to be looking at what options that they have, what's left, what can they do, what do they have to offer. Queen of Cups, a lid being kept on. This might be the energy stewing in. This could be negotiations that are underway because the King of Cups is the diplomat. This could be, which is visible. The Queens, for me, are behind the scenes. So there might be some behind the scenes negotiations that they're keeping a lid on at the moment, that's been kept a lid on. They've been dragged into this conflict with the Seven of Wands trying to defend themselves. Crowning this reading, trying to juggle all the elements of this decision that they have to make, the Two of Pentacles, and then they come up with an offer. Juggling two offers, juggling two options, and then they present one. Okay, so I reckon there's some negotiations going on behind the scenes. Lukashenko's fled. I don't think he's going to last. And whoever's been left behind is trying to clean up this mess. So this is presenting a new offer here. Looking at the options, juggling between two. Do we side with this side or that side? What do we do? And they're presenting the offer. Page of Swords is here. Externally, bringing forth some truth-telling. We are in a period of truth-telling about what went on behind the scenes with the Three of Pentacles, the dark money behind the scenes. Hopes and fears, trying to protect themselves, trying to save themselves pretty much with that Four of Coins. You've got the Nine of Coins here. enjoying sovereign wealth perhaps, as this new start is brought forward with the Ace of Swords. And then we've got the Five of Pentacles. Cast out in the cold. And then we've got the Queen of Wands, the inspirational female. Might be a new female leader. The Knight of Swords, the truth being brought forward, harsh truth being brought forward, and the Fool, the new start. Unexpected. This could be the poisoning. News comes and secrets are then revealed about those that sided with the Ruskies, and they face a tower moment. Might be ousted. The moneyed oligarchs might find themselves ousted. You've got the Two of Swords, legal decisions that need to be made about money changing hands or big money, 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 money. You've got the Death. You've got the looking at things differently or sacrificed. You've got the betrayal and treason. You've got the Queen of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Ace of Wands. New beginning. So we've got what? 3 aces? Do we have the cups on that one as well? No, not that one. So yeah, I think those that sided with the Ruskies, going to find themselves in deep trouble. Okay. Is down the track, because I've always gotten that Ukraine will become a real powerhouse in Europe. Will Belarus join forces? Also read on that little bit of Russia that's on the coast there as well will be absorbed in, will become a country in its own right or whatever. It'll break away from the Ruskies. But will Belarus, tell me about the future, will Belarus end up siding with Ukraine? Okay, well, this is a long way down the track. Not that long. Okay, they just said not that long. Belarus become part of the EU. Tell me about the future of Belarus in regards to the EU. Right, an offer is going to be made. The wheel is turning. Times are changing. A conciliatory offer being made by those in charge. An announcement with the King of Wands. In the past, you got the High Priestess, the secrets being revealed. Crowning the reading, you've got the Abundance. It's also the Smug Merchant. Be careful what you wish for. Queen of Wands, this new figure. 10 of Swords, okay. And 2 of, externally 10 of Swords. So there's going to be, okay, right, thank you. There's going to be some sort of conciliatory offer made by the remaining government of Belarus. However, the secrets are going to be revealed. There's going to be a male figure that steps up that thinks it's all hunky-dory. That, yeah. But they're of the, they've got ties that they're keeping hidden, doing it for their own benefit. You've then got this female leader coming forward that is going to bring down this energy and look at new alliances and new plans. Tower card, yeah. I think anybody that was in governance under the Lukashenko leadership, going to have to go. The Tower and then end of an era, new beginning with the World, Page of Cups, an offer, unexpected, the Seven of Swords, the Steel, the negotiations, and then some sort of agreement. And the agreement's going to be that the secrets will have to be revealed about to be able to move the country forward. This is really truth-telling time. It's about no more secrets. And then you've got the death of what was and the rebirth, and then the hard work starts. The hard work starts. Okay. Sorry, that one wanted to get out. That's the ending of this money oligarch, the ending of this empress system, and the healing. As I said, I got the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom. I think yes, but it's a process that they have to go through. It's like the truth, the whole truth needs to be told and needs to get rid of those that are in the current Lukashenko regime. There's big changes that need to happen first. Okay, I've always gotten that Ukraine will win. I've always gotten that, I've actually gotten Crimea will become a sovereign country in its own right. Actually, I want to have a look at one more thing. I'll use the Tarot Grand Lux for this. There's reports that say Ukraine's been really efficient in Crimea blowing up the bridges, which has trapped the Ruski troops. They can't retreat back to Ruski. And there is reports of them trying to build a land bridge, a dam, to try and evacuate back to Ruski. How's that going to go? Well, I think they're going to have to surrender with that Nine of Wands. And I saw that 222. I don't think it's going to work. Tell me about this. Yeah, okay. I was going to say you've got here defeated and surrendering with this Nine of Wands. And you've got the Four of Swords. Death, potentially, of news of a death. Or this could be deaths of, I can't help, when someone first mentioned it to me, I kept seeing that it's going to wash away. And the moon, again, full moon tonight, the moon, an announcement of a death. What's trying to come out there? And the Magician, the manipulation. Keep getting that if they try and do it, it's going to, they try and cross this bridge, this land bridge. It's going to wash away. Yeah, the Chariot. It's a yes card, but it's just the chaos of the retreat, of the military. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I hope they don't attempt to use this land bridge. I can understand the supposed desperation. And on the bottom, we've got the Seven of Wands trying to defend a position, but the Ten of Swords are not going to succeed at it. And then you've got the Five of Swords walking away from the lies as they are revealed with the Sun card. And then you've got the Star of Hope and Healing and the announcement of somebody who has passed. That might have happened a while ago with that Six of Cups. Somebody who might have passed a while ago. Yeah, it's just, what a mess. What a mess. It's the World card is showing me. The World, end of an era, an exposing of the delusion with the Seven of Cups, the smoke and mirrors. Yeah, I think it's going to come out that the Pooty figure actually passed a while back. I personally feel that the Yahoo is not real is also gone. It's almost like the orange felon is the last one standing. And when he's down, it's done. It's over. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. Heavy energy, but it's lifted. There has been a change. Okay, let me go and work on this cold. I'll go and get myself a hot drink, and I shall talk to you shortly.